So we're instructed because all of a sudden they're telling us that our battery is leaking. We were instructed to go, just leave the mechanic shop, go get a battery, make sure it's replaced, so that we can at least have a half a day of the last day of millions. The mechanic, the owner guy, was really, really, really apologetic, and we were like, thank you, you tried, you know, it just is what it is. We're just going to go and do our job. And that's what we did. We did what we were instructed to do. So we get there. We get to the parking garage. Mind you, the people know because we've been sitting in that garage all day. He had cones on the first row. And I said, hey, can we just park right there? He looked like, I know who you guys are. That's fine. He moved the cone for us. So those little things, I was like, okay, God, I see you. Because I'm struggling with what we're doing here. Get our clothes. We freshen up because we've been sitting in the car again, waiting on something to be done. We walk into the conference. Of course, we have to use the restroom. And I come out of the stall and I said to the young lady, I said, did we miss a lot? She said, you did. And I kind of put my head down. And then she said to me, but no worries. Tiffany is giving out the free replay because of the sound issues that they had the day before. And I burst into tears. And as you can see, it still bothers me. Or it still makes me emotional. Because I was battling with if I was supposed to be there or not. Now, this replay is $300. Okay? And she's giving it to us for free. And I wept in that bathroom. Give me a second. So now I'm bent over, kind of slumped in the bathroom, tears falling out my eyes, trying to savor the makeup I did have. And I was just like, I don't care. Because this is a $300 product that she does not have to give us. She didn't have to do that. Tiffany did not have to do that. This is literally her bit. I'm sure she paid for all of this out of pocket. She just didn't have to do that. And I was just in the bathroom like, Lord, thank you. Because you know that I did not want to miss this. You know. But you're always fighting for me. And I'm grateful. So my sister comes out the bathroom. She didn't hear it. She didn't know what was going on. When I told her, she began to weep. Because it had just been a struggle this entire time. So we walked in because we were late the first day. We took pictures and we went in because the lady was at the end of her message and we didn't want to get in at the end. We go grab our seats and baby, the second half, incredible. I knew then why the enemy did not want me in the building. Okay? The knowledge that was dropped. But baby, we did a deliverance service at a Millions conference. And when I tell you people were throwing up, spit everywhere, I was slumped. God did his big one at this conference. And the enemy was mad. He didn't want us to enjoy it. He was trying to steal my peace and joy the entire time. But God kept coming through. You hear me? So now I'm in the deliverance moment. And God is showing me things. Like I've never seen him show me things like this while I'm awake. He talks to me in dreams, but this time he is showing me things. My eyes are closed. He's showing me things here. He's showing me things there. And we're having a full-blown conversation during deliverance. And I asked him some questions and he was answering me. And I'm just like, what is happening? It was so much so that when that session was over, it was over. The conference was over. That's how they ended it. And I just wanted to sit in his presence because I had to come to. That's how deep we were in. So I finally came to and my sister said, I said, so what's the status? And she said, you're not going to like it. And I said, okay. She says, my husband wants us to go back to the mechanic because he called him and told him he knows what the problem is and he wants to fix it. The only issue is that he won't have a mechanic until after 5. The conference is over at 4. This is Labor Day weekend, and we don't have nowhere to stay. We were supposed to go home. I'm hungry because we haven't eaten. again. So I call a mechanic because I needed some understanding. Are you calling us to break it again, or are you sure that you know what you're doing? Because I don't have time to be wasting. Okay, I don't want to be driving at night because I don't. If anything happened, it's dark. You do know it's dark, right?